Hey everybody, it's Candy, aka Brown Eyed Girl 69. How you doing tonight? Well, I was sitting here listening to some music and started having some thoughts and sort of writing down my list that I had things I need to get tomorrow on the back of my electric bill that I need to pay. My last electric bill, which wasn't that bad. I should have paid it way before now, but it was just forwarded to me, so I'll pay it tomorrow. So I wrote my list on the back of there. Some of the things I need to pick up, some ideas of things that I might want to get. A couple other things that I might do tomorrow. And as I was writing these things down, I started having thoughts. And I was listening to Jelly Roll's Smoking Section song. And one of the lyrics in the very last bit of the song says, "When it's all done, when it's all, when it's all done, when we're all gone, it's all said and done. Hope we got a place we can blow. I hope that heaven has a smoking section." It's a game of life, you know? And that's what it is, a game. I'm starting to figure it out. It's a game, and you can take any game that you want, that you're familiar with, and analyze it to that. Speaking of games, you know, it's funny. I'm a Gen Xer, and the first game control system that I ever had was an Atari, and they had like see, what was it? Space Invaders and Asteroids. Those were like the two most main popular games that it came out with. It is, you know, they got kids addicted to it. Now, back in the day, because it was all analog, basically, the numbers would only go up to 9,990, and then it would roll back to zero. So my goal was always to get up to that number and roll it back to zero. And basically, I got so good at playing the game that I could roll it 2, 3, 4 times. But after a while, I just kind of got bored with it, and it was kind of like no longer a challenge anymore, you know? I think that's how this game of life gets. Now, I never played the actual game of life as a kid. I think I did, like a couple of times. But I think the reason why I didn't really like that game was because it took too long. I remember you started out, you had a car, and you start out with one person, and I guess you go through like on the little path of life, and you go through like school and stuff like that, and then you get married, start having kids, etc., etc. But like whoever you're playing against, if you land on something, if they land on something, they can set you back in life. So that's like a setback in life, you know? So if you think about it, I'll have to look and see if I can see exactly what the old game board looked like and what some of the squares said and things of that nature. But yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. It's the game of life. And are we going to be like the frog and Frogger when we're trying to cross the road and get smashed by the car? Or when we're trying to cross the creek or the river, jumping from log to log, hoping we don't fall in the water because we know there's alligators down there waiting to eat us? That is an analogy, but that is truly how it is. We're stuck. Have you ever wondered, like, okay, so like I said, we're talking about games. Then it went from like Atari, to I think Nintendo, Sega, Nintendo, PlayStation, Sega Genesis, I think. And then they started upgrading. Then you had like your PlayStations and your Xboxes. At one point in time, there was another game type console playing thing called a GameCube. Yes, a cube. Think about it. Think about anything that you can here on Earth that resembles a cube that people worship and walk around in circles like sheep. Then maybe you'll understand some of the things that I'm trying to speak of. Cube. We're in a cube. You know, and this is another thing, talking about subject matters earlier. So many people are starting to believe in so many different things. People have beliefs in a globe Earth. That's been a belief for a long time. There's people who believe in a flat Earth. There's people that believe in a crater Earth, a moon Earth. There's all these beliefs. I don't know if I heard any of them. I just feel like I'm here in the wherever I am, doing what I gotta do to get out of this place. Now, yeah, I try not to hear too many beliefs while I'm here in this room, because I believe that it's all for learning purposes only, for ascension or descension. I don't know if we can come to Earth here to descend. I don't think so. I think all the beings that come here to Earth come here to ascend somewhere. I've also been told that Earth is the hardest realm to overcome, to beat, the hardest level to beat in the game called life. Earth. Think about that one for a minute. Take all the time you need, because trust me, I'm still trying to take all the time I need to digest some of this information that was given to me last night. And I normally probably wouldn't make videos about the subjects, but I have to for my own self. If I feel like I shouldn't be speaking on this matter, then I'll make my videos private and just use them for learning purposes for myself, so I can go back over and listen to some of the things I'm saying to see if I get anything else out of what I'm saying. Not only to you guys, but to myself, because in actuality, I'm sitting here by myself in front of this camera, my phone, by myself. In essence, having a conversation with myself, My phone's like a mirror. So is it reflecting back to me, myself? Well, yeah, I can see myself. Like right now, I see myself scratching my head. I can see my hair is kind of tufted a little bit, but yeah, I need a haircut. But I think I'm gonna basically try to grow my hair out until March, till spring, and then this top part will be longer. Because in actuality, this is what I want to do. All this top part of my hair. Let's see if I can pull it all up here. This top part, I want to grow all this out, so I have some hair here on top, so I can pull it back into a ponytail. And then I want to like shave all this, maybe get some designs or something in my hair here, and then this will all be like pretty shaved close, off and tapered in the back. But I want this top layer I want it longer. And then just some of the weight taken off. But the problem with that is, see all this extra hair right here? That's not the same length as what I've got in my hand here. So that's the problem. I got two different lengths going on. So anyway, my goal is to try to grow my hair out to a certain extent. Till I just can't handle it and hack it anymore, and then I'll just tell them to freaking shave the crap off or shave it down as short as I can handle it. I don't even know what the point of my conversation on that was, but yeah. The game of life. Let's see what we see. We got a joker, smoker, a midnight toker. I get my loving on the run. Well, anyway, I got some Joker, I got some Snowman, I got some Illuminati, I got some Mac 1, I got some Lion's Mane. Lion's Mane's gonna probably put me to sleep. And I'm not ready to go to sleep yet, because I slept all day. I slept from okay, what's today now? It's basically Wednesday morning. So I basically slept Monday night, Tuesday morning, 3 a.m. till Tuesday morning, 8:30 a.m., 9 a.m., something like that. Then I went back and slept Tuesday afternoon from 2 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Waking up once in that time frame for about 15 minutes total before I went back to sleep. So I've basically been awake since 8:30 p.m. Tuesday night. And now here we are at 3:45 a.m. on Wednesday morning. So about 7 hours later since I woke up. So I'm not tired, so I don't foresee myself going to sleep anytime soon. So that shouldn't have a determination on what I smoke or what I don't smoke. Oh no, I like that Joker. It's pretty good stuff. The Mac 1's pretty good too. But it's higher THC than the Joker is. But oh man, I just like it. I like the Joker. It's another thing that's really wild for us Gen Xers is, we started smoking this stuff back in the, usually the early 80s. And in 1983, I was 14. So I'd say mid to late 70s to early to mid 80s for Gen Xers. Well, let's see, Gen X generation ended in 1980, so those were the late Gen Xers that would be trying it out in the early to mid 90s. Me, I was smoking it in 83, 40 years ago. And the stuff that I was smoking was the stuff that you got a hold of. You had no choices. You had no storage to go into and say, yes, I'd like to try that, and that. And you didn't have any different forms of consumption. You either smoked it or you didn't smoke it. I guess there was a couple of different ways you could consume it, but it was all going to be smoked, It wasn't ate. Most people, if they did make edibles back in the day, they did it wrong where, you wound it up, if you had pot brownies, the brownies always had little bits of pot or stems in them or whatever. Might get a seed here and there. So those were like old school edibles, right? And then you didn't really have concentrates like you do now, like dabs and stuff like that. That was more something else that came along after legalization, but probably been around a little bit longer in the community before actual legalization came legalization helped it come to the forefront, I suppose. So yeah, back in the 80s, man, I was smoking stuff that was like coming across the border of Mexico, through Texas and Oklahoma. And basically, I was paying probably about $20 for a quarter. Yeah, 20 for about 7.5 ounces, 7 ounces. Not 7 ounces, 7 grams. What am I talking about? Ounces here. Paying like $25 for 7 grams. And you got what you got. I mean, there were different types of strains out there, like Afghan, Thai stick, Colombian, Acapulco Go, Colombian Red, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't like you had a choice in what you could get. And if you wanted one of those types of strains, you were going to pay a higher dollar for it, too. Now it's legalized. Everybody's growing. Well, like in the States where it's legalized, whether it's medical, recreational, both, whatever, you know what I mean? In all the states that recognize it, either medically or recreationally, there's so many grows in the states. There's so many different strains. You're never going to be able to ever consume or try them all because there's new strains coming out all the time from these new strains. I mean, it's amazing. But at the same time, I feel like weed is something that's genetically modified now, whereas back 40 years ago, it wasn't really genetically modified. It was actual true parents to the lineages that it produced. And then as time went on, people of these like old school strains would take those strains and crossbreed them and create new strains. And then those new strains would be crossbred and create a new strain, etc., etc. So now there's just been so many crossbreeds happening across the cannabis plant that it's just like genetically modified in a way, naturally. It's like sometimes this weed that I smoke, I don't even feel if I get a buzz or not. And then there's other times when I can immediately feel it. And then there's other times I think, and maybe it's just because of my awakening process and all the things that I've been going through here lately. Sometimes I have a desire to smoke, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have a desire to eat, sometimes I don't. Like today, I fixed me something to eat because it'd been a while since I'd had something to eat. And I could only eat half of it. I lost my appetite. I threw the rest in the trash. I've been smoking a hell of a lot of weed today. Drank some coffee. But tomorrow I'm going to go to the store and try to get some more healthier food items. And I'm sitting here looking at my body. I've lost a lot of weight. I don't know. I mean, some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't. Y'all can look back on my past videos. But I'm going to tell you right now, in April of 2022, I was working at this place called Nashville Chicken. And I can try to do a couple of comparison posts. But I was really fat. I was like 310, 320 pounds. And I knew that I needed to get this weight off. Because at one point in time, I had lost all that weight and dropped down to 200 pounds. And then as time progressed and things happened, I slowly built myself back up to that 320 pound mark. And I didn't want to be there. So I immediately cut sugar out of my diet. I won't say I cut sugar out. I cut out sodas, which is high in sugar. So I just quit drinking sodas. And then I drank 1 tea a day. And the rest of the time I drank water. I started that in April 2022. And I would say, I think it was by November of 2022, a year ago, I was already dropped down to like 265 pounds maybe. And now I'm about 240 pounds the last time I checked. I actually had dropped down to like 225, 230, but I put a few more pounds back on. But I was looking at myself tonight, and Zeke, see, I got some good guns here. I just gotta lose this or make more muscle, you know. I got a good physique. And I'm going to try to do some before and after pictures. I have kind of a training set here. I have a little contraption, which is a bicycle. And I can sit there and work my legs. I have one little 5-pound weight. I think I'm going to go invest in another one so I can have two in each hand, or one in each hand. I can march into place. I can do my own type of exercises. I'm thinking about getting a jump rope. Things of that nature. And my living room is going to become a workout room. I got a yoga pad and I got two like yoga mats. So I can utilize those two, move the table out of the way and do what I gotta do. Maybe I'll start making some videos doing that. Showing a little bit of what I do and make a transformation video. I've been seeing some lately and it's sort of been inspiring me. Transformation of the mind, body, and soul. I think that's what it's all about. That's exactly what the game of life is about. And if you can transform your mind, your body, and soul, then you win. Then you never have to come to this place called Earth again. And you can go do whatever you want, where you want, whenever you want. And you can get out of the game.